I didn't tell my fiancé that his best friend had been secretly testing my loyalty for 6 months. My fiancé Nolan and I have been together for 4 years. We got engaged last spring, except for Griffin. Griffin was Nolan's best friend since middle school. Best man at the wedding. The brother Nolan never had. Griffin hated me from day one. He made jokes that cut a little too deep. He forgot to invite me to group dinners. He told Nolan I was too quiet, too plain for someone like him. But Nolan always laughed it off, said Griffin was just protective. 6 months ago, I was working late at a coffee shop when Griffin walked in. He sat across from me without asking, looked me dead in the eye. I'm going to find out who you really are, he said, one way or another. I thought he was joking. He wasn't. 2 weeks later, a man named Theo started messaging me on Instagram. Said he was a photographer. Wanted to grab coffee sometime. I blocked him. A month after that, a woman named Brielle added me on Facebook. Said she worked with Nolan. Wanted to warn me he was cheating. Sent blurry photos that didn't even look like him. I showed Nolan. We laughed about it. I blocked her too. Then came the job offer. A recruiter emailed me about a position in Seattle paying triple my salary. Relocation covered. I turned it down without telling Nolan. That's when I realized something was wrong. Every single one of these strangers had mentioned one specific detail about my life, the nickname my dad used to call me before he passed. I started paying attention. I noticed Griffin asking Nolan weirdly specific questions about me at dinner. Noticed his little smirk when I'd mentioned being tired from random spam messages. Last Tuesday, I saw Griffin's laptop open at Nolan's apartment. A Google Doc was pulled up on the screen. My name was at the top. Below it was a list. Dates, scenarios, Theo, Brielle, the fake recruiter, every trap I'd walked around. At the bottom in bold, final test, Saturday, birthday party. Confrontation. Nolan's birthday party was Saturday. I took screenshots of everything. Then I closed the laptop and said nothing. Saturday came. 40 people packed into Nolan's parents' backyard. Griffin standing near the cake with that smirk. I now understood. Around 9, Griffin tapped a glass. Before we cut the cake, I want to say something about our bride-to-be. The yard went quiet. Nolan glanced at me. Confused. Griffin pulled out his phone. I've spent 6 months looking into who this woman really is, and everyone here deserves to know what I found. My stomach dropped, but I stayed still. She's been receiving messages from other men for months. Griffin said. Job offers in other cities, and she's been hiding all of it from Nolan. 40 people turned to stare at me. Nolan's face went pale. Griffin smiled. I have proof. That's when I stood up. So do I. I walked to the front of the crowd and pulled out my phone. Griffin's smile flickered. Everyone Griffin just mentioned was Griffin, I said. Theo wasn't a photographer. Brielle didn't work with Nolan. The recruiter didn't exist. He created all of them. I held up the screenshots. He's been running tests on me for 6 months. This is his document, his list. His final test was tonight. I handed my phone to Nolan's father. Nolan took the phone, scrolled. His jaw tightened with every swipe. He looked up at Griffin. 22 years, Nolan said quietly. Griffin started stammering. I was protecting you. You weren't seeing her clearly. 22 years of friendship, Nolan repeated. And you spent 6 months trying to destroy the best thing in my life. Griffin took a step back. Nolan turned to his parents. To the 40 people watching, Griffin is not welcome at the wedding. He's not welcome in this family. He's not welcome in my life. Then Nolan walked over to me, took my hand. She passed every test a man like him could invent, and she never even told me she was taking them. He turned to me, eyes wet. Why didn't you warn me? I squeezed his hand. Because I needed to know if you'd believe him or me when he finally swung. I'd pick you in every room he walked into.